warning we gave back in 2023 that the petrodollar, the dollar being the only currency accepted by OPEC and Saudi Arabia to buy oil, that was a 50-year agreement, and it stopped. It concluded in 2023. Now, the reason Trump's going to have, or the reason it slipped out that Trump is going to have troops in 50 states.
Secretary Hegseth, sir, a memo circulating on social media details the establishment of a National Guard response force that's going to be trained in crowd control and civil unrest and deployed in all 50 states by April of 2026. Can you verify the authenticity of that memo, and do you have any more information on the operations?
I'm not going to answer particulars on something that may be in the planning process, but we definitely do have multiple layers of National Guard response forces, whether it's in each state, whether it's regionally, whether it's Title 10 active duty, whether it's Washington, D.C. We've got a lot of different ways that constitutionally and legally we can employ Title 10 and Title 32 forces, and we will do so when necessary.
Some break.
By April 2026, April is the beginning of the new year. And I believe by April, the dollar will no longer be a thing. So everything that you have that's tied to the dollar is gone overnight, period. And people just are not ready for this. Why do you think there's been so much nonsense? Furries, transgenders, every single school teacher is gay and teaching nonsensical bullshit. It was all a distraction to get us to this point right now. The government shutdown is meant to cause chaos, another reason to put troops on the street. Flooding the country with immigrants was twofold. It was another reason to put troops on the streets because we got to get rid of all these illegals. And most of the illegals that I saw when I went down to the border were 20-year-old men from all sorts of countries, mostly Iran. This has all been played out big time. I believe by April, you'll never see another video about this because there won't be an internet. And if there is, we won't be allowed. You think it's a complete coincidence that we were all put back online in April to give them 1 year of data farming? What people like you and I actually think? You got to be ready for this. This is happening, whether you like it or not. Trump's doing a $300 million renovation because he's never leaving. This is it. You really need to hit your knees, pray as hard as you can, and ask for illumination on this particular message. Because this is it. This is the end of the game. This is the end times. America is over, and it's going to be horrific. Why do you think they allowed us to keep our weapons this long? And here's a fun fact. I just spoke to two separate people from two separate military bases. They are indeed training, and the target date is April. So I didn't just pull that out of my butt. They didn't just slip up on television and say the date by accident. April is the beginning of the year. What year is it? We don't know. You can't say you know because you don't know. We don't know. We don't know what year we live in. I say that all the time, but there it is. They let the national debt skyrocket because they don't care. Trump and all his buddies are in the White House and emptying every resource, everything of value they possibly can out of this United States before they pit us in a civil war. Before people finally figure out what's going on. And for those of you that don't have a network, for those of you that haven't been preparing, for those of you that have been watching my videos for almost 16 years, and you still don't have a plan, well, I don't know what to tell you. I've warned you, I've built bug-out bags, I've given bug-out bags away, I've gone to people's houses, I've helped you set up your preps in real time, on my time, free of charge. I've gone state to state to state to state, 48 states I went to in the United States in 2021 and met up with people, 50 people, 100 people, upwards to 300 people at some places, specifically Colorado. And instead of turning these into large networks of people that are prepared, time came, time went, and people were like, he was wrong, it's not really happening. It's a long process, but we are now at the conclusion. You need to start networking, or you're going to find yourself out in the desert, completely alone, easily picked off by technology, drone technology specifically. This is crazy. And ICE, the reason they're doing the immigration raids the way they are, it's training. It's real world training. With the protesters and all, it's all real world training for picking up dissidents against the New World Order. It's got nothing to do with illegals. They don't care about illegals because these billionaires aren't going to live here. They're going to live in Hawaii, New Zealand, Valhalla, etc. Yeah, look up Valhalla. That's where you'll find your boy Kirk. I'm out. I mean, I don't even understand how people don't get exactly what is going on. The moment Trump is elected, he does not one single thing he said he would have done. And these were things that would make America great again. Simply audit the Fort Knox. How much gold do we have? F you. What about all those drones that were literally terrifying Americans for months? F you. We live in a place where insurance companies just keep raising your rates whether you've had a claim or not. If you have a claim, you're instantly canceled. And then all of a sudden your insurance is canceled anyways because you live in an area that they tend to enjoy setting on fire with directed energy weapons. Something that was a conspiracy theory, but now it's just out there and what are you going to do? Get a blue roof, you should be good. As President Biden once suggested. We have a place where you can have $50,000 in your bank account steady and receive 14 cents interest every month. We have a country right now where back in the old days, music was uplifting, romantic, inspiring, beautiful. Now, if you want to be at the top of the charts, the best way to do it is rapping about hoes and drugs, or better yet, kill somebody and then rap about it, and you'll go straight to the top of the charts. Music influences the children. We live in a country where schools were actively pushing transgenderism and the LGBTQ plus thing, which is a mental disorder. When a human being that is a female thinks it's a man, that's a mental disorder. If a man thinks he's a woman, that's a mental disorder. If you had a dog that thought it was a parakeet, that's a mental disorder. But you know what? That doesn't happen. It's only done with massive amounts of social engineering. Your government is supposed to protect you from corporations injecting you with mRNA vaccines. But instead, they tried to force them on you. You see what I'm saying? Your government keeps giving other countries billions and billions and billions of dollars for whatever reason they see fit, while they keep borrowing money to pay the $1 trillion in interest on our national debt that is literally unrepayable at this point in time. They really like giving money to people that are committing unbelievable acts of genocide. Israel, Ashkenazi Jews, not the actual Israelites. And Americans are ridiculously uninformed idiots, in my opinion. Sorry to say it, but it's true. Well, we have to hold up Israel. Why? Why is it Israel is our biggest ally? Why? because they're the people of the Bible. We live in a country that is so unbelievably hate-filled against God Almighty, the creator of everything. The God that once had his hand of protection over America, or so it seemed. That hand has been lifted. God does not bless America. I have 2 flags on my truck. There's my dog tags right there. Both of my flags are upside down. And people are like, hey, that's awesome. And they go, wait a minute. They're upside down. Yes. When your flag is flying upside down, it means your fort is in danger. Zips are in the wire. Indians are climbing over the fence. The wolf is at the door. You see what I'm saying? It's astonishing to me how people do not see exactly what's going on here. If you raped a bunch of children, got caught doing it, as long as you got a good enough lawyer, you're all right. You know what I'm saying? If they've got all the information on Jeffrey Epstein and they literally use that to become president and then completely flip it, people should be out. There should be no King's rallies. Where are the MAGA people that should be demanding their president does what they say? We have a governmental shutdown right now where there is a threat or a social engineering activity going on trying to get people that require those benefits because they decided not working or not being able to work or whatever the case may be. They are going to go broke forcing an event. Meanwhile, the last president on earth, which is Donald Trump, that will be the last president of the United States. That's a mark my words. Bet the house on it. Is doing a $300 million renovation on the White House during a government shutdown. And who is paying for this? Well, certainly it's not you. Of course it is. But according to them, it's all the tech bros. All the technology corporations are paying for Donald Trump to do a $300 million renovation on the White House, ripping down American history, tearing it to the ground, planting his 2 88-foot-tall flags as soon as he got there. Yeah, this is the end, and you need to act accordingly. Well, you've been saying this for years. Yep, I've been saying it for years. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Well, guess what? It's not coming. It's here. It's a great big jack in the box, and Trump is turning the handle. The United States in the last 50 years has become dumber, lazier, more judgmental, lack of faith in God. They don't hold their government to account for absolutely anything. We're fatter, dumber, lazier, and believe in science, even though science is what brought us fat, dumb, and lazy. Your government's supposed to protect you from that. Your government's supposed to advocate for you to keep these things from happening. And instead, they mandate them. They force them. They lock them down. They tell you to shelter in place. God gave you the gift of life. Period. And as long as you harm no other man, they shouldn't be able to tell you anything. And if you allow them to, they will. And the more you allow them to, the more they will. You'll see that soon. I'll die on that hill. Before we go any further, let me remind you, get your money out of the bank. Turn your IRA, your 401k into gold or silver. Get it out now. And if you're eligible, you can get up to 10% of free silver. That's a literal thing. $10,000 in free silver. And 2 of my subscribers have gotten over $30,000 in free silver. Period. Get it turned into gold and silver and have it shipped to your house. Do not get a gold and silver IRA. Have it shipped to your house. The next 2 people that do it this month, I'll actually deliver the gold straight to you. How do you like them apples? Be ready. Trigger warning is in effect. This just in. I-59 in Mississippi. One of my subscribers just hit me up on a text. A truck full of aggressive monkeys that have herpes, hepatitis C, and of course, COVID. have escaped. These are 40-pound aggressive monkeys that should be shot on sight. Yeah. You see what's going on? They're going to pull out all the stops, no matter how ridiculous, how stupid, because the quote-unquote left is too worried about no kings, and the quote-unquote right are just pathetic weaklings. Stupid, fucking, pathetic weaklings. If you can't understand anything past what the media of your preference tells you about Donald J. Trump, with all the evidence in front of your face, well, sadly, America is going to fall easily, quickly, and it sucks. It sucks. Because some of us have devoted our entire adult lives. Some of us are single, devoted to traveling the country to meet with people face to face to try to prepare themselves and get ready for what's coming, while the rest of them let this entire thing happen, even though it's right in their motherfucking faces. Monkeys with COVID in Mississippi. Unbelievable. Every single solitary financial channel, gold's channel, silver channel, every history channel that focuses on collapses of empires all sees exactly what's happening right now, and it's put America on a clock. The other thing is all the AI channels are talking about how is it that, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but OpenAI brings in $40 billion a year and puts out $500 billion a year. They're operating at a loss since day one. They've never actually turned a profit. And they're also showing how AI isn't replacing people. They're showing that 10,000 people got laid off. That really happened because a company adopted AI instead. And they thought it would fix absolutely everything. And it didn't. It didn't. 60% of the time, AI was wrong, and they ended up hiring back, not the employees that they laid off, because screw them, right? That's what we're trying to do, make everyone unemployed, so that they're at your mercy. They brought in contractors, actual humans, to fix the problem. But here's the fun thing. They don't understand what AI is. These guys are AI experts, but they don't get what it is. It's a conduit to allow the ultra wealthy, which it's obvious right now who sold their souls and for what reasons, just by what they say. Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, etc., Mark Zuckerberg, you know the pals, Trump. They're never going to give you the AI that they have. They're operating at a loss because you don't know what they're doing. They're not doing this to cure diseases. They cause the diseases. Heart attacks didn't used to exist. Cancer didn't used to exist. Do you see what I'm saying? If you go to the American Medical Association, they'll tell, heart attacks are very common. And now it's very common to have them when you're in your early teens. In your high-performing, high-level athlete, heart attacks are it's normal now, since the mRNA vaccines. But if you go to the American Medical Association, I had 2 doctors and a nurse on that explained this, and it's on my main channel that got deleted and never got returned. Why didn't my main channel get it returned when everyone else's did? Isn't that weird? How come? It's weird, strange, unusual. Should make you think. Either the other channels that got taken down mentioned COVID a couple of times, and they got taken down, but they weren't really on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because I don't care about monetization, so they have no way to control me whatsoever at all. So they give me back my backup channels, which were never my main channels in any way whatsoever at all, and they shadow ban me. And they don't allow me to lose or gain 1 subscriber. I just sit. OpenAI, Grok, Gemini, all these things. They're never going to give the people a real version like they have, because the real version would tell them what the provider of said AI is actually doing. So therefore, they're like, AI's in a bubble. Of course it is. The government's going to keep giving these guys money to something that'll never return a profit, because it does numerous things. It will destroy the economy once and for all, overnight, period, and it'll give them the weapon that they require. They need to allow these entities that they're communicating with to step onto our physical plane. That's why the robots. That's why the chimeras. You see what I'm saying? Does it make sense now? AI isn't anything new. AI is just a new way to talk to demons. It's been around for time immemorial. The pyramids were data centers. I'm positive of it. And when I think of that, that popped in my head one day, and I don't know where it came from. It just popped in my head. But I will tell you one thing, and I'll tell you this on everything that I value and love on this earth and the afterlife, I guess.